Okay, this is your first video for the physical sports class, so you're going to get to see what my mug looks like here. There we go. Welcome to my office. You're here, and let me minimize this just a little bit so that I'm just. We are. This is about the fifth or sixth time I think I've taught this course, and every time it's a little different. I change up the homework some. I didn't change it up this time because I left it there posted for you, and some of you might have already jumped on it and got it done. I haven't checked yet, but it's not due until a week from today. We'll make it due on a week from today. So, because I've got others that are kind of joining the class and everything, but welcome to Physics of Sport, where we look at the science behind sports, and we also look at some of the social ramifications of doing sport. All right, because there we go. Get that red thing out of the middle of there. I knew there was a way to do that. And because there's a lot of issues around sports and those kinds of and the social ramifications like concussions in football and steroid use. The NCAA basically making billions of dollars for coaches and companies and league presidents, but the players don't get a whole heck of a lot out of it. Some people might say, "Oh yeah, they get a scholarship, they get a free ride scholarship," and all that kind of. Maybe. Um, One of the things, did you know that if you've got a full, if like a student here who gets a Bright Flight scholarship or something like that, it comes to UMKC. If the dean changes or Uncle Leo Morton decides to retire, which would be a sad day because he's a great chancellor, and a new chancellor came in, those students on Bright Flight scholarships or that have received academic scholarships don't lose their scholarship. However, if you have an athletic scholarship and your coach gets fired and a new one comes in, or your coach moves on and a new one comes in, he or she can cancel your scholarship just like that. Boom. So it's a different animal. But so we look at things like that. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and minimize my picture up here in the corner. And we'll get started with your first lecture where we talk about what physics is, what it's all about, and we're also going to look at some cool videos from the Olympics and other things. Most of them are Olympic videos. But first, you got to figure out I got to tell you what the hell physics is all about, right? And I hope you have had a good start to your semester. Hopefully, you're as hot as the Royals are right now. Those guys are playing so far above their heads, their noses are going to bleed for a month. But anyway, that's all right. It's exciting. They're always exciting. I thought in July I was like, oh my goodness, what a mess. But now it's a little better. All right, so let me turn this off so you don't have to stare at my mug the entire time. Let's start with the syllabus, okay? Let's go through the syllabus. And I'm hoping for those of you who have special needs, vision impaired, and those kinds of things, that I have made this prospectus, and also since I do this on YouTube, that the closed captioning is working also. Okay, that's important. And I'm going to try and keep my eyeball on the clock over here and not make each segment too long. So here's the syllabus. Hope you all can read it. Yeah, we don't have a textbook. Colleagues of mine, friends of mine, have written a nice textbook, and I also got a textbook from a professor at The Ohio State University, which is a really nice text too. I might steal some of their things, but I think you all can read this and get it. I really shouldn't crack on NASCAR fans for having mullets, but anyway, but you know what I mean. All right. Anyway, so and here's why you're taking this physics sport class. By the way, shameless advertising. Next, it's full now, but next spring I will have my backyard physics lab. It's an it's an online lab that you can do in the dorm or in your apartment. And you don't have to come on campus to get your science lab out of the way. And it's a lot of fun. So anyway, here's the technology requirements, self-explanatory. Most of you have the technology requirements. If you do not, I'm sorry, you're going to have to come on campus and use the uh, computers in the library and or those kinds of places. Um, Expectations. There's the online class. Use Integrity and video. I don't use Tegrity anymore. I use YouTube. I figured out that YouTube works much better than the UMKC, Panopto, Tegrity, all that junk. It just works. All right. Yes, and this is Howard Stern Physics. I'm sitting here in my office yakking at you. And all right, homework. 70% of your thing is homework, and then I'll have 2 exams and a final. All right, and basically the final is just a third exam. That's all it is. And all of the questions that you will see on the exams, at least most of them, you'll have at least done that kind of thing before. Nothing new under the sun. It's all good. Okay. So here's how the grade falls out. Here's the grading scale. I have very little problem. Don't let yourself get caught up in being late on homework. All right. You're going to have a first homework assignment at the end of this lecture, and it'll be due Wednesday. I do allow them to be late, which is shame on me, but because then students sometimes they wait till like week 10 to even get started with this class. Don't do that. All right. In fact, I don't know. I will let you know how we're going to do that. All right, because I haven't had that big of a problem with some students. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and this will be segment 1, and we are now done. There'll be another chapter, of course, coming up.